Hi, everyone, and welcome to 12 News at 5. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. We're starting with breaking news. A jury has found Ian Mitcham guilty of first-degree murder in the death of Allison Feldman.
Mitcham is accused of murdering Feldman in her Scottsdale home in February of 2015. The 31-year-old died of head trauma after being beaten to death.
12 News journalist William Pitts was in the courtroom today and joins us more with the verdict. Will?
Yeah, Harley Feldman was in court today, as he has been every single day of this trial. He was sitting in the front row today when the jury announced that Ian Mitcham did, in fact, kill his daughter. Now, Allison Feldman was found dead in her home in Scottsdale in 2015. Her body and her house were drenched in bleach, police say, to try and destroy evidence. Now, for 3 years, Scottsdale police had DNA evidence from an unidentified male, but no name to go with it. Then they tried what was a new technique at the time, trying to match DNA to family members with DNA profiles on record. That led them to Ian Mitcham's brother, who was in prison, and Scottsdale police found they had a vial of Ian Mitcham's blood from an old DUI stop. They tested it. It matched Ian Mitcham to the DNA that was in the crime scene, and that set off years of legal challenges before the DNA evidence could be admitted. And 11 years later, a guilty verdict for Allison Feldman's family and friends.
The problem is we have the life sentence. We'll never have her back, and that's the really hard part.
Heart is still racing. Peace, a sense of peace, that she gets to finally rest in peace, and that justice that she has so long deserved is finally here. Like I said, I mean, it will never be closure. There's never going to be closure to this, but it is justice.
It may at least be a little sigh of relief for them right now, but the case is not over. They still have to move into the sentencing phase. The sentencing phase for all of these jurors that will still go through will start on Wednesday, where they will decide what punishment Ian Mitcham should face for first-degree murder, second-degree burglary, and sexual assault. Guys.
And Will, for those who haven't been following the trial, what did the prosecution say about Mitcham's possible motive for killing her?
That's the thing. There has never really been a motive that's been identified or nailed down. The closest they could come up with, they said in their opening statements and their closing statements, was that he was down on his luck. He was having a hard time. He was drinking a lot. Too much, they said. That's the only thing they've ever been able to come up with, because they had no connection. No one's ever identified a connection between Ian Mitcham and Allison Feldman. As far as anybody can tell, they didn't even know each other. They'd never seen each other, never met each other, and that's why Scottsdale police say there was no reason for his DNA to be in that house. So really, there's been no motive the entire time, which really, for the family and friends, has to be incredibly frustrating, because this appears to have just been a completely random attack.
Yeah, which makes it all the more shocking.
Yeah, and these same jurors are going to come back for the sentencing phase. Will, they came back very quickly with their verdict of guilty of murder, sexual assault, and burglary. And I think everyone knows Harley Feldman, the father of Allison Feldman, in that courtroom every day. He had the line that I think delivers the true reaction for everyone, which is, we have been sentenced to life living with this. This guilty verdict doesn't take that away. I wonder if the jury will take that into account when they begin the sentencing phase.
I think the jury already has taken that into account. When the jurors were being polled after the verdict, is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? The clerk changed the language a little bit and said, do you support this verdict? Just to see if they're paying attention. One of the jurors looked and said, absolutely. And that was a sentiment that was echoed throughout pretty much the entire jury. They all looked at Harley Feldman as they walked in. No one looked at Ian Mitcham the entire time.
It's hard not to feel Harley Feldman's pain. All right. Well, thanks.